Sometimes I'm literally shocked that a book like this only costs $25. I mean, you put in your $25, you put in a few hours of your time reading or listening to the book, and on the other end of that equation, you get thousands of dollars a month, profitable dollars for the rest of your life. I mean, how is that not a win-win equation? And so BookThinkers family, if you're interested in building an online business, then look no further. You're going to love today's book review. I'd like to introduce you to a book I just finished reading and listening to. Ecommerce Empire by author Peter Prue. And the subtitle of this book reads, The Definitive Guide to Starting and Scaling a Future-Proof Online Business. Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've really been focused on online business, writing about online business, optimizing it, and now understanding the entire process A to Z, which is what I did with this book. I had some failed attempts at e-commerce in the past, but I've really wanted to re-engage with it. And I built up this perceived barrier to entry that was way higher than it actually is. You read a book like this, it's actually pretty simple to implement. My first takeaway, my first aha moment came in the beginning of this book. Peter uses a metaphor to describe how affiliate marketing actually works. He says, picture a car salesperson. They're literally standing physically on a lot of cars that they don't own, and they're selling them for a commission. So somebody drives in, they introduce them to a couple of cars, they make the sale, they hand it off, and then they earn some money. Well, that's what an affiliate marketer does as well. They're selling other people's products. They're not fulfilling them. They're just making the introduction and collecting a little bit of money for doing so. And when you think about it like that, it's not that difficult. There are so many platforms that are available now to help facilitate those interactions and automate much of that process for you. So the barrier to entry to get into selling online business or e-commerce marketing is not actually that high. In this book, Peter describes the process in such a simple way so you can really implement it. Now, if you're thinking about what sort of products you might want to sell, Peter has a lot of really good advice on finding your niche. And what he actually teaches you to do is find your sub-niche. So for me, I was thinking about, okay, personal development books. I mean, I love selling them. Maybe I can resell them. But then I'm thinking, you know what? That's not enough. Peter has some great advice like apply age or gender or a type of person. So I'm thinking, well, I sell mostly to young professionals. I looked at my Instagram analytics. 90% of this audience is ages 18 to 34. So now I'm like, well, selling personal development books, self-help books to young professionals. And then I go even further. I look, 2/3 of my audience is men. So maybe I want to sell to young men. And then I go into all my book recommendations. What have I read the most of? Sales and marketing. Well, maybe I want to sell sales books to young male professionals that will help them do X, Y, or Z. I mean, there's even subsections of sales. So those are some tips on how to get even farther into your niche. Peter actually lays out like these 6 different markets and the different sub niches for each one. And it's a really cool process. There's another takeaway that I really liked. Peter talks a lot about mindset in this book. He talks about intentionally embracing discomfort, which is something that I've done for a while. But then I look back at how scared I was to get into e-commerce. And I'm like, I just need to run full speed at this thing. So thank you, Peter, for that. Quick comment too. I really enjoyed the narration of this book. Peter does a great job narrating it. I've decided to read and listen to a lot of the books that I'm going through right now so that I can get the graphics, like there's some great graphics of sales funnels in here, but at the same time, I can stay on track, not be distracted, and let the author narrate me through the book and bring me through it. So Peter, great job, man. Another takeaway is that you want to own your sales process. There are a lot of platforms like Amazon and Shopify and Etsy that make the process really easy, but you actually don't own any of your traffic. And so Peter had this great business going through Amazon. And then one day he gets 5 emails in a row. Boom, 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 boom. All of your products are delisted. Why? Somebody filed an IP infringement claim against him, which was false. Took him 12 months to get his store back, but all of the business is gone. And he learned a very harsh lesson in that experience. He didn't own his platform, his funnel. So Amazon could care less that he's gone. A competitor just steps up and takes his place. His customers could care less that he's gone because he was fighting for value. Other sellers just stepped up and took his place. So nobody cared that he was gone and wasn't making money anymore. He decided, I'm never going to do that again. Plus those other platforms, they charge so many fees. You can actually run your own sales funnels by yourself, handle the distribution and stuff with other third parties. He talks about all of that in this book. So How am I going to implement it? Well, for the last couple of months, I've been reading a lot on online business. And like I said, this book was a fantastic resource. I'm shocked that it only cost $25. The ROI is like instantaneous. And I'm going to be building out some online stores for BookThinkers where I can connect people from my community with products and services that I really care about and value. And that's sort of what I do with these books, but I'm going to get a little bit more intentional about it. And so stay tuned for more from me. But with that, that's today's review. I hope you really enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to drop a link to your store or something like that. I can always check it out, and make sure you grab a copy of this book. Bye.